As someone who has spent a majority of my life working with small cities, it has become clear to me that the arts becomes an integral part of maintaining the vibrancy of a city, or in other cases, rejuvenating cities who need to be brought back to life.
I finally get into the college of my choice, and I'm in a class with the professor of my dreams. He's going on and on about the virtues of art and telling us to breathe in our artistic spirits and embrace it with our whole being. I get caught up in the moment, close my eyes, and imagine myself a sculptor in a perfect studio. But that little voice in my head yells, "How will you breathe in a job? You're gonna starve to death." Horrified, I called my understanding parents. "Sweetheart, don't worry about it. You'll get a degree. You'll find a real job to support your sculptural habits."
Yo-yoing is a very dynamic performance art. It involves a lot of discrete movements, utilizing both your body as well as your hands specifically. You can move the yo-yo around in many different ways. Anything you can think of. If you're creative enough and your body can move that way, you can tell the yo-yo to go that way too.
Bill Vishnu Wood has been in the life of the history of jazz since grade school. As a composer, musician, and educator throughout the U.S. and several continents, he's shared the history of jazz from a perspective dating back to the heartbeat of African drums, Middle Eastern rhythms, Asia's mystical sounds, and Europe's classical movements. The upright bass was an extension of who he was as a child and led to adopting other instruments, especially the oud, tamburi, and clay bass. Not one for learning exclusively through academia, the earth has been Vishnu's classroom, woven into the fabric of his life as an artist.
Compositionally, aside from the style, my music was always influenced by my travels. For instance, when I went to Japan, I studied the Japanese music, and it was very interesting to me because it's very different and unique upon itself. And when I went to Brazil, same thing, and different places, Morocco, all this. So I dealt with the concept of traveling by way of music. And I think I've referenced this before, but I don't mind using it again. Many times in concert, you're playing with people and your music is foreign to them, but you have to find a way to bring them into the music. So I developed a program called Traveling by Way of Music. The Safari East is a travel concept, and that's the name of my company, Safari East.
This is how it looks standing still. When I look bad standing still, then I'll quit teaching my technique. I want to continue to be an inspiration and to give and to teach people how to give. That's the history of performing giving. Whatever you give, you get back. The accident which changed my course of my life's work was both the worst and the best thing which has ever happened to me. I've lived to dance and to share my technique with generations of dancers and non-dancers. We each have the power to help each other and to change lives. An artist must always be first a human being, one who shares and not keeps to himself selfishly, and one who leaves something behind. Give your body only what it needs. Always listen to the music. Feel the rhythm. Feel the sound. Let your body become the sound. Body parts are instruments put together by the heart and conducted by the soul. To dance, put your hand on your heart and listen to the sound of your soul. Dancing means being alive. Never stop moving. Never stop moving. Never stop moving.
The sounds of the sea and the ocean birds remind us of one kind of biodiversity, harboring life deep within the water. Carolyn Dawson, who has spent the better part of her life as a forester, deep within woods, far away from these seas, understands that the biodiversity in nature is the single most visible sign of a strong and healthy ecosystem. All components are delicately interwoven and dependent upon each other. As diversity decreases, so does overall health, ultimately causing a loss of potential to reach its highest functioning level. As human beings on planet Earth, we should join forces to protect all of the varieties of the biodiversity that surrounds us each and every day of our lives.